Green up. Get YouTube.
What is up, my shredheads? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Wicked Wednesday, episode 7. I am Shreddie.
And I'm Ron, Wicked Thumb, Electrocycles, Denton, Texas. How you doing, Shred?
What's going on? I'm doing great, man. Been having a couple nice warm days, and I don't know if I told you, but I'm having a big group ride this Sunday. If it doesn't rain, of course, like I plan a group ride, and now rain's like showing up on the in the weather or whatever. So
more than a mirror. This is a portal to your future.
Uh-oh.
Got a little intro music.
What are you watching?
I was just switching on the extra live stream here, and it gave me a freaking advertisement. I guess you're famous.
Nice.
You get paid ads on your
That's sick.
commercials on your channel, man. Yeah, I'm on this little laptop tonight. Obviously, I'm not in the shop today. I'll give an update of why. But as some of our customers know, if they read the website where I put out the updates all the time, we were supposed to get bikes yesterday. I had like eight dudes ready to unload a truck at 8:30 in the morning. It never showed up. I call like 9:30 and they tell me they sent the wrong driver. They didn't send a hazmat driver. And our container is labeled hazmat this time. So they rescheduled it for today. And then I got a call yesterday afternoon that customs wanted to have a look at it. So then I got a call last night that customs wants to open the container and search it. So new territory for us. I shouldn't have been surprised because every other thing has kind of been complete clusterfuck on this.
Right.
This spring order, man. So the other thing, they're starting to crack down. Talked to my factory last night. We had a request for a certificate of compliance with the Consumer Product Safety Commission for the bikes. And basically that requires some thorough testing that costs tens of thousands of dollars. And they told me the way that usually happens is competitors give anonymous tips to the CPSC that basically they don't think you have those certifications. So now in our case, we claim an exemption because there's an exemption for one-off our custom bicycles. And because most of them we turn into a custom bike, we believe we have an exemption, but we'll see what they say because they are going to go look at that right now. We pulled up a list of all the violations, and we could see what's happening is there's a ton of companies now that they're asking for this. And you can look at all the dates of the violations, and they're all like in the last 2 months now. Like there was almost nothing last year. And this is even big companies. So what they do is they'll release it to you and you get it, and then you just have to have those testing results before you sell the bikes. So
Right.
In our case, we talked to our factory last night, and the good thing is that they had a shipment about 2 weeks ago, stopped for the same reason, and they started working on it immediately. So they're going to have us test results in, they said 7 to 9 business days. So 15 whatever days, but and I don't know how long the customs process will take. It's at least a week, and they said it could be up to 30 days depending upon whether they empty the full container out or not, which is potential that they would tear the entire container apart.
Oh my God.
So yeah, but the inspection has nothing to do with that CPSC thing. It's just a random inspection.
Oh, really? So that's not something new they're doing. It's just random inspections.
Well, it's just higher right now. Like they said, it's typically like last year, about 1 to 2% of containers. Yeah. And then saying like right now, like up to 5% of all containers from China are being inspected. So,
That's crazy.
And most of the time, they're just looking for money. So they're looking for, they're going to go through your stuff and reassess the value for tariffs and hit you with a big tax bill.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's kind of, I wasn't counting on this, but I thought once I got through LA, it'd be fine. But the port of entry is actually Dallas. So fun stuff, man.
Damn, I'm hoping you get those bikes soon, dude. That's insane with all the stuff that's been going out on trying to get these damn bikes.
Yeah, it's horse shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, I mean, we're not the only ones dealing with this problem. You sent me that article on Eventon.
Yeah, like it's hard to get like anything right now. Everything, the prices have gone up on everything.
Yeah, they basically just reaffirmed what I've been saying, man. So at least it makes me feel that, know my assessment's correct. Not being around over there, but just information I'm being relayed. But that the ports are so far behind and everything's backed up. They're like at a breaking point where a lot of the laborers and truck drivers and stuff are like striking and protesting, and I didn't know that part. And that's starting to drag things out even further. I know one of my our new freight forwarder told me that like expecting this summer, like the ports in California it might take like 3 months to get stuff through the ports and out to its destination. In our case, it was like 6 weeks, but they're expecting in Southern California. So what we've done is we've booked our new shipments to go through Seattle.
Okay.
Which is not a congested port.
Right.
We're hoping that
speeds up the process.
Yeah, it's one extra day of rail, but that it'll move through a lot quicker and get here a lot quicker. So I'm kind of laughing, saying like this shipment we're getting now was placed in September of last year. It's going to be 9 months next week. 9 months since we placed that order, and we still don't have it.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yep.
Wow.
So this last order we placed at the beginning of December, and we're kind of laughing now that are we going to get this next order before the last one?
Right.
So the last order's on 6 months now.
Yeah.
I mean, next week, 6 months.
Like roadblock after roadblock after roadblock.
Yep.
Jeez.
That one hasn't left yet, so
keep changing everything up. Extra judicial tax collection, Joe said.
I don't know, man. It's January 1st, Trump left a nice gift for all of us in all these tariffs that took effect on January 1st of 2021. He put them off on a lot of stuff like throughout his entire presidency, but once he lost the election, he just let it expire. And obviously the new incoming administration couldn't do anything immediately because they weren't even in yet. So I don't know what their plan is, but pain in the ass, man. Because ultimately people think with tariffs that the Chinese or whatever country you're putting them on are paying for it. But no, ultimately the American consumer is, and the American small business is getting crushed by it. So when our government puts tariffs on stuff, what they're doing is basically screwing the middle class and screwing
the small guys,
small businesses, and helping major corporations, because major corporations can absorb it. They can spread it across other products. Places like Walmart and stuff like that, when they're having to pay tariffs on a bunch of stuff that they private label, they could spread it around by adding an extra 4 cents to, think about the millions and millions of SKUs they have. They can bury a $200 or $300 tariff on a bicycle. They can bury that by putting an extra 2 cents on a fork that they sell 100 million forks.
That's insane. Wow.
I mean, there's so much crap that, someone like us, we can't. We have to eat it all. And then we've got to either eat it all or push it onto the customer.
Right.
And what you're seeing now is it's going to get pushed on the customer, plus all these shipping costs and all the other stuff. And I mean, I think you'll see this year that e-bike prices go up, 15, 20% across the board, I think.
Right.
I mean, most, we've already gone up 10%, I think this year, 7%, something like that.
Right.
And we're going to go up another 7% this summer. So it sucks, but it's just what happens when non-capitalist hands get their hands on stuff.
Right. Joe said, this guy's struggling to keep his business going, and guys like Jeff Bezos, who owns Amazon and made hundreds of billions of dollars paying nothing in taxes. In fact, Jeff Bezos got a tax rebate.
He creates a lot of jobs, though. That's what they say. He creates millions of jobs. So, yep.
He gets everything for free.
But, hey, key guys, I'm definitely frustrated, but we're not off the ball, man. We're still laser focused on stuff, and we get our moments to where we sit down and vent and try to find any angle we can work or anything we can do to make things easier for the next time. And that's what you guys need to keep in mind. We're not defeated, or everything about this brand is, fuck anything that tries to keep you down.
Right.
And we got a lot of shit trying to keep us down right now. So it just makes us hold up a bigger middle finger. So
But I'm going through the comments, sorry. Seeing if anybody. I had to put Batman on timeout, so he left.
who the hell's Batman?
The Batman of Spokane. It sucks that custom. What does that say? It sucks that custom could cripple your business like that. Oh, customs, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that they're crippling it. It's an inconvenience. Like we're not doing anything that they could cripple us. We're not bringing in anything illegal or anything like that. But just it's an inconvenience, and they. Yeah, I mean, it's the man, right? It's the man trying to keep you down, trying to keep you in check, they're trying to protect our country, obviously, too. But it's a computer algorithm that selects it. It's not like a human being sat there and said, hey, let's get these guys. So it could be because we're new, right? We're new and we're starting to grow, so they kind of want to check us out, but at the same time send us a message, right?
Right.
That's kind of the way things work with law. It's not catching you, it's trying to send you a message up front so that you voluntarily comply with all the rules and things like that. So hopefully it's just a quicker process, and then we know, like, if there's if it happens again, like, we know what we're dealing with, and if there's anything we can do different to prevent it and make it less likely to happen.
Yeah.
Things
Welcome Dee to the channel. I think she's gonna try to clean up something behind me.
like
Oh, can you turn down the?
they kick me.
Deanna's butt walking behind my head. Say hi to her biscuits, everybody. So, do you guys have a new employee working there anytime soon? Or I heard you have somebody new there.
Not yet. I mean, we're in the process of hiring another person in there.
Awesome, dude.
Until we get really, like, until we've got these bikes in, like, right now. Like, so I'm sitting in the hammock at my house today. I just decided to work from home today after yesterday. It was kind of like, I don't want to be up here tomorrow. Just chill at the house and more relaxed and more focused. Nice quiet house. So
Just chilling.
kid was in summer school this morning. So
What does Mike mean by this? Get an import broker. They can get you taken care of with all this.
I mean, we do have a broker.
Okay.
We use a freight forwarder, and then there's a broker. We got multiple layers, but still. I said they don't tell you why. They don't give you a reason why. They just tell you what kind of inspection it is. And at the end of it, I'm assuming we're going to get a report, but they'll never tell you why they did it. That's part remains a mystery because I don't want you to be able to game the system, I guess. That makes sense.
Yeah.
They won't tell you if it was just because you were new or if it was completely random or if they want you to sit there and psychologically think through anything that you might have done. Or it could be the broker. The broker can make a mistake or, whatever. It could be that the manufacturer had other stuff that was stopped and, because they're listed on the import documents. There's a higher risk. So whatever, we won't know. That's like I said. Hopefully, it's just a extra inconvenience, and I should have anticipated that every step of the way something's going to go wrong. Because to this point, every step of the way something has gone wrong on it. It's crazy. So.
I wonder if they're like inspecting like the batteries or something. Could it be because of batteries or
no?
Nothing like that.
No, I don't know if they're going to open any boxes. So my broker did tell me they have what's called a tailgate exam, where they basically just cut the pin on the container, open it up, and look to see what's in there, and see how the boxes are labeled to see if they're. We don't have to have our boxes labeled hazmat. So, but our container, for China this time, the Chinese required us to have it hazmat going forward. So, but yeah, whatever. So yeah, they could be looking for that. Who knows? Who knows? They might pull a bike out and look at everything that's on it, inspect the bike, for labeling and other stuff like that. It's just hard to tell.
I never knew they had a job called an import broker, but Mike said, yep, they post bonds. It goes through customs, cleared, then shipped to you. It's what they do. What's that? Evian or Ryobi, all the companies do it. Yes, one wrong thing. He's doing it right.
Yeah, they handle everything for you. So, putting all the codes on stuff and handling the tariffs and in this case they handle the inspection, making sure that the drayage and all that's the local, which is the local transportation from the ship to the through the port to customs and to rail and all that stuff happens. And yeah, they basically handle everything going through customs. So
Mike was one. That's pretty cool.
Pain in the ass, man.
We're talking to one.
So, you were saying, let's go back to more fun stuff, I guess.
More fun stuff.
You're talking about a group ride this Sunday?
Group ride Sunday. So I'm hoping if it does end up raining, we might just do a smaller one on Monday, but then postpone the bigger one for the 19th. But I want to do a 50-mile plus group ride on the 19th. So if you got a lot of batteries, I've been trying that triangle battery on all my e-bikes, but I haven't tried it on my Wicked Thumbs at Lewis Cycle Sports for the rest of the week for the weekend for Memorial Day weekend, because it's going to be packed in there. But I'm hoping I can add that battery to it. Do you know if that's an XT60 connector in the Wicked Thumb?
On our battery, it's I can't remember the name of the connector, but it's not a
Anderson. That's the only one.
Anderson. No, the Anderson's the power pole.
Okay.
And it's not the XC90 or whatever.
Yeah, those are for 72.
That's what we do use that for the headlight.
Oh, really?
But the one from the battery to the controller the motor to the battery is It's a 2-pin, but I mean, if you look at it, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. It's a round one.
Okay.
It's a round cylinder, and it's got two pins inside it.
Right.
And then it's got the female slides inside the male, so the male actually overlaps the female.
Okay. So I need to get a connector from an Anderson to that connector for that battery. But
Okay.
yeah, I've been messing around with
We
batteries.
can make one, I guess.
That'd be cool.
We can make one. I mean, I just I need to find the connector.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Because I just recently did a video on putting that battery on that bike, but I haven't done any like range tests on it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But one day, or videos, I haven't done videos yet. I've been riding with it, testing it out, making sure they're both draining kind of equally or whatever. But one day I rode around for 50 miles and still had a half a battery. So
On the Wicked?
on that battery here, it's on the Super. I need to get the connector to slap that battery on the Wicked.
Sweet.
For like longer range group rides. And then I'm planning on ordering one of those little I forget what you call those, like carts you can attach to the back of bikes, like on this, on the back nut for the group rides. That way people can throw batteries or book bags in there and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Planning some fun stuff for group rides. I think I'm going to be doing weekly group rides from Lewis Cycle Sports.
That'd be awesome, man. That's a good way to sell bikes.
Yeah, and meet more subscribers and make new friends and all that.
Yep.
Bye, Jazz.
Awesome. So what else did you send me here? Belt drives versus chain drives.
Yeah. Something I don't know much about. I've just been seeing more belt-driven bikes around a little lately, but I guess those are for mid-drive bikes, right? Or can you do a belt-driven with a hub motor?
I mean, you could do it with a hub motor if you had a single speed.
Yeah.
But I don't know of any derailleurs that are set up for belt drives.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, on a belt drive, there are some just basic differences. Like number one, they're more flexible. Side to side flex. If a chain's not aligned perfectly straight, or within a very small tolerance, like the chain can, obviously come off the sprocket.
Right.
Which is definitely an inconvenience. Typically when you've got a derailleur, that's part of what a derailleur does. It aligns. But when you go to a single speed, a single rear hub, and it could be an internally geared hub, but it's just a single sprocket on the rear and a single up front on the chain ring. That's where you would use a belt drive. So there's more torque on a mid-drive motor. So mid-drive motors are going to use that a lot of times. So because there's more torque, you're not going to pop the chain. You're not going to pop the chain off the ring if it's off alignment a little bit.
Right.
A lot of times we take our wheels on and off our bikes quite a bit. When we put them back on, a lot of us might not be bike mechanics, and we might not do the little things that you would do to make sure the wheel goes back on the same exact spot. So yeah, your chain could pop off. Chains are a little more maintenance. Obviously, they're oiled up, greased up, and you'll definitely see, like on your chain stays and your chain guard and other parts of your bike, that you'll see some grease build up, which you won't get with a belt drive.
Right.
Right. So there's definitely some advantages to it. We're not going to use anything like that soon. You think about a motorcycle is a little different because there's a lot more torque. But on a regular motorcycle, almost all of them nowadays are are belt drives. So Harleys and stuff like that. I mean, your choppers are still using chain drives, and your dirt bikes are still using chain drives. You get more torque to the rear wheel on a chain than you will on a belt, because a belt has more flex. But we're dealing with a low torque motor, like maybe a 2 horsepower motor, like an e-bike has.
Right.
That's insignificant. So.
I actually rode a Trek mid-drive yesterday. I tried one out for the first time. But, dude, those bikes, they don't have throttle on them. I didn't know, like, Treks didn't have freaking throttle on them. But it was cool. It had a cadence or a torque sensor on it. So, like, you know, the harder you push, the harder the bike pushes you. But, I don't know. I didn't really like it that much. I feel like I need throttle on bikes. It was weird. Yeah,
I think once you start using it, like, you would never want to give it up.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever tried one of those Trek mountain bikes with the mid-drive, Bosch mid-drives on them.
Nope.
It was cool, but...
They're only like 250 watts, I think, too.
Yeah, it was, yep. It only went like, I want to say like 19 or 20.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay. I don't know. It's probably good for like older folks trying to get back into biking or something. It was a step through.
Yeah, remember at the end of the day, some of these companies they're bike companies.
Yeah.
You know, putting a throttle on a bike is you know, if you're a bike company, like, that might be a door you don't want to open.
Yeah.
Right? Because now you're gonna have to put it on all your bikes, and think about a mountain bike with a throttle. That's a little dangerous, maybe. Yeah.
Or fun.
I mean, definitely, but for the person who doesn't want it on there, and it just adds a, you know, if you make it optional, you know, like we were doing with the 500 watt bike, is make the throttle optional, but that's an extra layer then of work for, you know, from a company that ships 500,000 bikes a year or more. That's an extra layer of work that they might not want to take on just for that. There's a lot of things that come into play. So,
I guess
once you have a throttle, man, forget it. I don't know.
Put a throttle on the mountain bike, you're dirt biking then, right? I guess.
Yeah, and it's, you know, how many times we talk about being responsible so we don't bring unnecessary regulation and, you know, raised eyebrows on us. And I think that's one of the reasons they're probably not, big companies like that are not putting throttles on there, is they don't want it all. It just takes one person being a jackass on their bike. And, you know, if someone at a Trek hurts somebody or kills somebody, that's going to be like a national story.
Right.
So there's, the bigger you are, there's more responsibility to, you know, basically be less risky.
Right. You know, it's crazy. There's no e-bike rental shops around here. Like, every single e-bike rental shop around here does not have a bike with throttle. All their bikes are all pedal assist. Like,
yeah, and that's a liability thing, I bet. Their insurance probably tells them they can't have it.
Yeah. I thought that was weird seeing that. Damn, 10,000 miles on belt-driven bikes? That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that easily. I mean, I bet you can get 10,000 miles on one of our bikes with a chain. We had somebody a couple of weeks ago tell me, what, they're 2,500 or 3,000 miles on their bike, and they got it 7 months ago.
You've been crushing it.
Still on the original tires and everything.
Wow.
In Michigan. I was like, hell yeah.
No crap.
Badass, man.
That's badass, yeah.
Yeah, I like hearing shit like that. That's what makes those days like yesterday better. I had my so I brought my oldest daughter up there yesterday. Pulled her out of summer school. I'm like, yeah, you need to see this today. This is going to be a big day. You see how a container comes in and all the bikes and everything we do. And this is a big part of our business. I want you to see it. And we're all freaking like fired up. And we had donuts and coffee, and everybody, like even the shops around us, those guys all got in early to help out. And then everything went 180 degrees. Way. Same thing. Teaching my kid is like, hey man, some days you expect like everything's gonna be awesome, and then everything is anything but awesome, and you've got to take them in stride. And I was like, did you see me throwing stuff or yelling or anything today? And she's like, no. I would have no idea that what you're explaining to me happened today.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Remember that, people. Stay positive.
Yep. You live and you learn, guys.
You never know who's watching your actions.
All right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, what was the other thing here?
It's on my phone. I don't know if I
Oh, you were talking about the aerial rider and some other.
Oh, there. Yeah, that's right. The aerial riders. So I'm gonna ride the shit out of mine when I get it, Wilbur. Right. I don't know if you know that. This.
I know that I recognize the name Wilbur, man. When you get a customer named Wilbur, you pay attention, man. That's not a dude who fucks around.
Right.
So yeah, aerial rider, you're saying that. So the one you got now, the Grizzly's 2 750 watt motors, and you were saying you're going to go to.
So yeah, I don't know if you guys can see it. So this is the Grizzly for those of you who are new to the channel. This is the first batch of Grizzly that came out. So the first batch, the Grizzly came with 2 750 watt motors, like you said, and 2 batteries with a combined 32 amp hours. So it's 31 and a half or something like that. And then these are the old type of suspensions. But there was an article that came out that was saying the new batch of bikes of Grizzlies that are coming out in July are going to be upgraded to 2 1500 watt motors. And those are the motors that come on the Aero Rider X Class 52 volt. So it's going to have 2 of those on the bike. It's going to go up to 36 amp hours instead of 32 amp hour batteries. It's going to get new suspension on the back also. But they had a thing where the first batch was cheaper than the second batch, and the second batch, you know what I mean? It was like a different batch steps, prices that went up. But I've been having people messaging me and you know, sending me that article. A lot of people are kind of mad, like the first buyers and everything. But I just wanted to say, like, I feel like that's what a lot of bike companies do with each and every batch comes out. They might upgrade and update something on the bike, even if it's an older model, like the RX. I did a video recently. The Super 73 RX, they've upgraded the motor. It's up to a V3. It had a V1, V2, and now a V3. They upgraded the frame. They put some kind of weld in the frame. They upgraded. Well, I just saw lightning. They upgraded the controller. They put thicker wires coming out of the controller. It might be a totally new controller. So that's been going on with that. And then, you know, now with Aerial, the Grizzly's gonna get like a pretty significant update on this newer batch, but it's gonna be a little more expensive than the first batch. Is that something that you're pretty used to seeing with bike companies? Has Wicked Thumb done it?
I mean, so let's kind of split that question in half. There's the one half where it's like it sounds like quality upgrades. So every time you get bikes in and you get more and more bikes out there, you're getting a bigger sample size to where you're seeing potential warranty issues, potential quality issues that you catch. So going through that process then for future stuff, you would obviously want to improve your product maybe on a quicker time scale. And then you've got the competitive side of it as well, which is, you know, what's the competition doing? Like, where do we want to, where do we want to maybe keep up or stay ahead, or, you know, who are our competitors and what are our customers asking for? And is it a faster bike? Is it more torque? Is it, sometimes having more power is it's actually a quality thing, because maybe your old power was maxed out and you were burning up electrical parts because you were sending too much juice through, based upon whatever the weakest link might be. So
Right.
you upgrade to a more powerful motor, so you're maybe not having to maximize it and use it all.
Yeah.
So there's kind of two things going on there. Now, the 1500 watt motor, that's kind of interesting to me because, like, I'll tell you one thing. Like, going back to the CPSC thing, anything that's over 750 watts is no longer classified as a bicycle.
Right.
It becomes a dot motorbike. Totally different classification. So,
yeah,
as they're cracking down on stuff more, I'll be interested to see if that comes into play there. I'm not a expert by any means on CPSC and custom stuff, but
yeah,
as a owner that of an e-bike company, that would be something I would be investigating before I did something like that. So I'm going to imagine they've already done that.
yeah.
Gotten comfortable that they're not going to have any problems. Now, as a consumer, yeah, I mean, just that's natural progression of technology, right? E-bike technology is going to move rapidly, and as more and more money comes into the industry and more investment capital comes into it, there's going to be a lot more R&D, and we know America, we're late to the e-bike game globally, but we're going to come in with such money that it's going to really drive innovation for this industry, back in China where all the production happens. Cheap e-bikes don't, they're trying to come up with cheap ways to make shit, but when you got big money coming in, now it's more performance oriented.
Right.
The other thing is a bike, technically it can't go over 20 miles per hour to be classified a bicycle. So for CPSC, so I'll be interested.
What they do? They lock their bikes. They get delivered locked to 20 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You have to go online or have somebody that knows the code to get into the computer to change the speed limit. So the newer bike is also getting new controllers. I guess these are 22 amp controllers. The new ones are probably gonna be like 30, maybe 35. I want to say probably 30. And the new bike is supposed to be a top speed of 36 instead of 32 or 33, what this one can do, which is pretty crazy. But I think that's their way of getting around it. They lock it to 20 miles an hour, and then you got to find out.
Yeah, as long as exactly. I would think as long as they grab one and they test it, that you'd be fine at 20.
Right.
A different animal at that point. I guess you can't ship it over 20. So.
Oh, you send Richard a headlight. Awesome.
Yeah. What bike did he have? I can't remember. Did he have a Super or an Aerial?
He has a Super 73 RX.
Did you get it to work, Richard?
Richie. Damn, 2,200 watts out of a 750 watt Bafang. I guess you can overjuice them. That's pretty cool.
I mean, if you basically take your amps of your controller times your voltage on your battery, and that's how many watts you're putting out. I mean, if you go continuous at 2,200, you'd burn it up. So
yeah, so you can do like little bursts of.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you hammer the throttle and then, I mean, I don't know what it's. I mean, I've never pushed a 750 and 2,200, but most we do 25 amps at 48 volts, which is 1,200. So.
Did you get it working for the aerial rider? That would be cool. Those new bikes or those new bike lights that you guys have are freaking awesome, dude. I love the look.
They are, man. Yeah, shit. I still gotta send you one, son of a bitch.
That would be awesome. Oh, you got the control.
That's right. Yeah, he didn't get his bike. I remember him telling me that. He's
Who's that?
At the end of June or something like that. Richard, his aerial rider.
Oh, okay. So he's still waiting for the bike.
It should work on that RX too, and I'm pretty sure it's. Now the aerial rider had a 2-pin connector, right? Red.
Yeah, they're both different.
And the RX has a 3-pin, but only 2 are hooked up.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean, we've shipped some out to, I want to say some juice bikes people, but I've never gotten any feedback on whether they got it to work. Nobody's called and said they couldn't get it to work. So.
Oh, really?
On Super 73s, I want to get an S2 in here. that we can keep around the shop that we can just start making parts for.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Testing our parts on it and see what works and what doesn't. So, but cool. What else we got, man?
Let's see. Oh, let's see. Joe said a grin controller works as does the ASI BAC for overvolting the 750 into well over 2,000 watts.
Cool.
Yeah, Grin Technologies makes a really good controllers. Or I guess they make good everything over there.
Yep.
That charger I got from them has been awesome. I've been loving that charger.
Sweet. Yeah, I might have to try to get one from them. Maybe that's something we could sell to give us a whole.
Yeah. Have I showed it to you yet?
Yep.
Let me just show it to everybody online.
Yeah.
Oh,
See if we can get an account with them.
I'm getting too old for sitting Indian style.
Cool. Awesome, Richard or Ricardo.
What is that?
He just said the headlight's sick. I mean, they are, man. They're beautiful. I love them.
Did you get the all copper one or the copper and black?
I think you got one with rainbows on it.
That's pretty hot. Yeah, so this is their quick charger, and you could use it as a slow trickle charger. This thing has been awesome, dude. Really cool. I don't fast charge my bikes all the time, only on group rides, and when I need it, that's it. But
yes, man,
it's pretty cool being able to charge at between 1 and 8 amps. Shout out from Seattle. What's going on? Hey, Mason's in the chat. You guys should check out his channel. The Mario Mid-Drive 1000 watt tops out at 1500 watts. Yes, Brian McCann, we're still live. If you guys have any more questions, let us know. We're probably going to wrap it up here pretty soon. He got the copper one with chrome. Nice, dude. That's pretty sick. Yeah, and guys, don't forget I'm going to be doing that group ride this Sunday possibly, but just keep a lookout on my Instagram and YouTube. If I do have to cancel, put a little post out there, and we're going to reschedule it for the 19th of June. And we're going to try to do a long-range group ride if you guys are all down. Or we could do like a half of it, and everybody that's done half of the group ride, the other half, keep going. Right into night. Where your glasses at, Bubbles?
Right? No, I don't need them out here, man. I got this laptop about 6 inches from my nose.
Brian said I would buy the battery blender if I buy a bigger e-bike. So, Ron, do you know what the battery blender is? I think I talked to you about it.
It was a 48 volt, 52 volt, like whatever, 72, whatever it needed to be, it would charge them all.
Yep, it'll run like, you know how these are 2 different voltage batteries, and I have to charge the 52 volt to 54.5 from the work. Well, with the battery blender, I'll be able to charge the 52 volt all the way up to 58.8 and charge the 48 volt to 54.5 and be able to run them in parallel without nothing getting stuck, supposedly, on the Super 7.3. But it's been working.
Like an inverter in it, basically.
Yeah, it's been working great on the Bandit. No problem so far. Everything's draining nice and even, and everything's been working so far. But we'll see how it works on the Super 73 RX. We're going to see. And I want to test it on all the bikes just to see how it works. Supposedly, it helps with battery sag, and it's like supposedly like putting the batteries into eco mode with this device. So you're going to get more range and possibly maybe speed. I'm not sure. We're going to see.
Cool, man.
Yeah, I can't wait to test it out.
Awesome.
Oh, Dan Dillon. He said he ordered the custom McQueen with 9-inch apes?
Yeah, we got the mid-rise apes. We got some orders for those. So.
Can't wait for it to get here. Awesome, Dan. That's awesome. What color did you get, Dan? Blend. Range inside. All right, guys. Again, I guess we're gonna come to the end. Do you have anything else we could run?
Nope. Appreciate you guys hanging in there. Get on there and add some more accessories before your bikes ship out. So we'll be coming soon, guys. And then thanks, Shred.
Yeah, thanks, Wicked Ron. That was a lot of fun. Guys, thanks for hanging out. And I will, if any of you guys are going to be coming to the ride this Sunday, I'll see you. If the ride gets canceled, I'll see you on the 19th. That way you got time to plan it out. Ron, thanks for hanging out. Guys, thanks for hanging out. And we'll see you on the next Wicked Ride.
Good. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.